Blessings. Welcome once again to my sacred space. Today I'm here with the Earthcraft Oracle and I am shuffling and pulling for the card of the month. Now it doesn't have to necessarily be the month in which this video is posted. It can be any month, so it can be the start of whatever month you're in whatever year you're in. However, if you're watching this video at the time it's posted, then this will be for the month of August 2022. But like I said, any month is fine. We're just asking the spirits for that advice for the beginning of something, for the beginning of a new month. In the midst of summer, what advice do you have for us on these hot sunny days if you're in that part of the world? What advice do you have? So we're going to spread the cards out. Felt like that was a good shuffle. And what advice, I'm feeling this card. What advice do you have, dear spirits, for us? Your diligent mortals. All right. So the card is you are sacred. Oh, I love this card. Look at the artwork. It's just magnificent. So I am going to show you briefly the guidebook so that you can read on your own. And then I'm going to read for you. And then we're going to talk a bit about this card, You Are Sacred. So here's a look at the guidebook. I'm going to just pause for a second that you can read on your own. And now I'm going to read. You are sacred. Your mind, body, and soul are the perfect trifecta. The only things that are truly in your control and possession in this life. All three became your responsibility the moment you were born into this world. Earth Mother has trusted you to honor and nourish your physical being, to learn new things and expand your mind, and to journey inward to connect with your wise and curious soul. It is time to acknowledge and embrace your personal power. You are your most sacred tool, and your mind, body, and soul are the ultimate sacred spaces. Know that your self-worth is not something that has to be earned. It is yours by right, simply because you exist. You are worthy. There is no need to prove your value, and no one can take away your sacredness. You do not need anything or anyone to step into your greatness. Your ability to transform yourself and your life is already present inside of you. Shine your light, speak your truth, and show the world how strong you truly are. So before we go to the honoring the self ritual, I am going to talk a bit about this card and how much this card meant to me and still means to me. From the very first moment I drew it, I saw it in the deck and I pulled this card. The very first line says, your mind, body, and soul are the perfect trifecta. The only things that are truly in your control. When I read that line, I'll be honest with you, I cried. I cried because I was at a point in my life where, you know, things were happening, things were going on with work, things were going on with home. I just like had some stuff happening. And for a moment, I forgot that I was at that point in my life where my mind, body, and soul were in my control. Because I've had a dark past that I'm not going to go much into. Because I don't want to, you know, incite anyone's own trauma here. But in my past, my body was not always in my control. I did not always get to choose when or where something happened to it. You know, there were times when another person determined what was going to happen and when it was going to happen and how it was going to happen. And if it hurt or if it didn't feel good or if it wasn't what I wanted, that was that. So what? Who cared? So what? And, you know, in that moment when I pulled this card, I realized, you know, everything going on, I took for granted that change in my life was made and that I now had control over my body. So if you're in the point, if you were at that aspect in your life, and if you are not quite there yet, if you don't quite have control of your body, I'll say a special prayer for you. And I say a special prayer every night for persons that are victims of abusive or domestic violence or child abuse and whatnot. I say a special prayer every night for those individuals. But if you are one of the lucky ones, one of the fortunate ones, that your body, that what you do, where you go, how you do it is in your control. If your feet allow you to move, even if you're in a chair, if you can move and go places, if you can sit back and decide, I'm going to lie in bed right now and nothing is going to happen to my body, and that is exactly what happens. If you get to make that choice, then never mind all the extra noise in your life. That is a blessing. That is a truly marvelous, incredible blessing. And I'm not saying this to minimize the other things going on. I'm not saying this to say that the other things don't matter and that your emotions are valid. I'm just saying, take a moment to just be grateful for that blessing of your body being in your control, of your mind being yours, of the way you're thinking, not being brainwashed or coerced or threatened, trying to make you change your mind or do things that you don't want to do. Just be grateful that your mind, your body, and your soul are perfectly in your control. And if you don't quite have that, remind yourself that at least you have your soul. No one can ever determine what happens to your soul. Only you are in charge of that. No one can take that away from you. No one can take that away from you. You are in control. Why? Because you are sacred. You are sacred. You are loved by the universe. You are loved by Mama Nature. You are loved by God. You are loved by the spirits. I am feeling so much love for you. I don't know you, but I love you. So if you're watching this video, know that you are truly loved by spirits, by beings, by people, by the trees, by the wind, by the sun. You are loved. And if you look at this card, if you look at everything that's happening here, the way she embraces herself, you know. And what I love about this card is the body type. The body type is actually very similar to my own. And I love that it shows it doesn't matter what your body looks like. You know, it doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter your hair. It doesn't matter, you know, if you have on the right makeup. It doesn't matter. You are still sacred. You are still loved. You are still loved. Whether you're a size 0 or a size 32, you are still loved. You are still sacred. You are a sacred vessel here on earth, completing this journey, completing this life, where you are here to bring about the highest good to yourself and those around you. And you don't need anyone to step into your greatness. You don't need anyone to reach that point of your higher self. So if you don't have that support network around you that you would like, the teachers you want, the spouse, the partner, the parents, the friends, if you don't have all of those people in your life that you would want, it's fine. You are fine with yourself and your spirit team. Work with your spirit team. You know, I always say give homework. That's my homework. Connect with your spirit team. Connect with your God. Connect with your Orishas. Connect with your spirit animal. Work with them and let them work with you. Let them love you. Find a safe space. Visualize that safe space and have meetings with your spirit team. Tell them your problems. Tell them what you're going through. Let them embrace you in this light. This is the light of the universe around her. This is the light of the spirits around her. This is her spirit animal, her God, her Orishas. This is Mother Nature. This is all of that enveloping around her, hugging you, because you are sacred. So, yes, that was a bit of a rant, but Now we're going to honoring the self ritual. So ingredients, a body of water, white flowers. Honoring the water is honoring the self. Be still with the powers that live within. Sit beside the body of water, a river, lake, ocean, pond, or even a shower or bath. Meditate on the sacred connection between you and the water. When you are ready, walk into the water and offer her white flowers. Now, I did this. I've done this a few times. What I will say is that the white flowers are not necessary. They're symbolic, yes, and if you have white flowers in a lake or river, then by all means do the ritual. But if you don't, if you just have, I like to tell persons this all the time, if you just have rice grains in your house, or breadcrumbs, something that won't necessarily, like, for example, plastic, or don't take plastic or garbage or anything that isn't biodegradable. But if you have about 3 rice grains or some bread, you can take it and you can make ritual with that. You can give this to Mother Nature. You can sprinkle just the smallest piece of bread in a pond or 3 rice grains, and just let the Mother Earth know, the spirits know, I offer this to you. This is my offering to you. This is my gratitude. This is me thanking you. Whether it's Mother Nature, Pachamama, Great Mother, Great Spirit, whoever, let them know, this is me making an offering to you. This is my gratitude. This is my love, because I feel your love for me. So, you can do this honoring the self ritual, and I definitely am going to do it. I like my rice grains. And as it said, you can do it in the bath as well. You can do it in the sink. You can just something to honor the water, to honor the self. And I want to remind you again of your homework. Connect with your spirit team. Have a meeting with them. Whether it's your spirit animal, God, Orishas, Pachamama, Mother Nature, Great Spirit, whoever you talk to, whatever angels you talk to, dragons, unicorns, talk to them. Tell them your problems. Tell them what you're going through. Ask for their advice. What do they have for you? So that is the card for the month. This cannot be a more perfect card for the month. So for this entire month, and for all the months really, you are sacred. So this is your beginning thought. This is the part from which we begin. You are sacred. Your mind, your body, and soul are in your control. Gratitude, love, peace. Thank you once again for joining me in my sacred space. I really enjoy this reading. I enjoy all my readings, but this card just means so much to me. So I'm really happy that I pulled it for you guys. And once again, if you like my videos, be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment. I love to read the comments. Let me know if you also use the Earthcraft Oracle. This is a mass-produced deck, so it's available on Amazon, fairly affordable, and it's a beautiful deck, beautiful guidebook. Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson did a wonderful job with the guidebook, and the art by Daniel Badu Fortune, just terrific, just amazing, as you can see. So if you want to go and look for this deck, by all means do. Thanks as always for joining me. Blessings and positive energy.